When you picture a hacker, what do you see? Probably some person in a dark room just furiously typing away, trying to break into a computer system, right? But here's a thought. What if the most dangerous threat isn't aimed at your computer at all? What if it's aimed at you?
We've all been there. You're just, scrolling around online and bam, a pop-up just explodes on your screen. Congratulations, you've won a brand new iPhone. And for a split second, your heart kind of skips a beat. You think, could this be real? What if? That little spark of hope? That's the hook. That's social engineering in action.
So what is really going on here? Well, social engineering isn't about writing code. It's about confidence games. It's the art of hacking the human mind. Attackers play on our most basic human emotions, our curiosity, our trust, our fear, even our greed, to trick us into basically just handing over the keys to our entire digital life. All right, so in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. First up, we'll look at the attacker's playbook. Then, we'll get into the common scams you really need to watch out for. After that, we'll talk about building your own digital shield. And finally, we'll wrap up with the single most important takeaway.
You have to understand, these attacks aren't just random, not at all. See, social engineers, they're not just winging it. They are total master manipulators, and they have this chillingly effective 4-step playbook they follow to take down your defenses one psychological trick at a time.
Okay, so it all kicks off with research. They're basically cyberstalking you, right? They're checking out your public profiles, learning what you like, what you don't like, just looking for a little crack to wedge themselves into. Then comes the story, the deception, perfectly tailored to win you over. And once they have you hooked, that's when they strike, using that trust to get whatever they want. And then, poof, they're gone, leaving you to deal with the mess. Okay, so now we know their playbook. But what do these attacks actually look like when they show up in your inbox or on your screen? Here's the thing. They're like chameleons. They are constantly changing how they look to blend in. So learning to spot these disguises is your absolute first line of defense. Let's start with the big one, phishing. You've definitely seen these. Those kind of generic, urgent-sounding emails from your quote-unquote bank or from PayPal. It's like a fisherman just casting a giant net, hoping to catch a few people. But then you've got spear phishing. And wow, this is a totally different animal. This isn't a net, it's a harpoon, and it's aimed right at you. They've done their homework, they know your name, your job, maybe even your kid's name, and they use all that info to craft a message that is incredibly difficult to ignore. You've heard the saying, curiosity killed the cat, right? Well, in the world of social engineering, that's basically what baiting is all about. It's designed to prey on that curiosity, or maybe your desire to get something for free, to lead you straight into a trap. I mean, just look at this. It's so simple, but man, is it effective. Click here for a free movie, right? Who doesn't want a free movie? But that free movie, it comes with a pretty big price tag. The moment you click that link, you're not downloading a film, you're downloading malware. The movie was just the bait. Okay, but what if you're too smart for that? What if greed doesn't work on you? Well, that's when they switch it up. They stop tempting you and start terrifying you. Welcome to the lovely world of scareware, where the entire goal is to get you to panic and make a really, really bad decision. Oh my gosh, this is pure nightmare fuel. You get these flashing red warnings, a crazy number of supposed threats, that big, bold warning right in your face. Your heart starts racing, right? Your palms get all sweaty, and you're totally convinced your digital life is over. And then, right on cue, they offer the solution, some magical cleaning software. But here's the really twisted part. That cleaner is the virus. They literally invent the problem just so they can sell you the poison. All right, now we're getting into the really sophisticated stuff. Pretexting. You can think of this as the con artist's masterpiece. This isn't just a simple trick. It's a full-on performance, a carefully built lie designed to make you put your trust in exactly the wrong person. So imagine this. Your phone rings. It's someone claiming to be from your bank. They sound super professional, they use your name, maybe even mention your address. They say something like, "We've detected some suspicious activity, and we just need to verify a few details to secure your account." They sound so helpful, so convincing. But it's all an act. They're not from your bank, and they are not trying to help you. They're trying to empty your account. Feeling a little paranoid? Good. A healthy dose of skepticism is your absolute best friend online. But listen, the goal here isn't to scare you. It's to prepare you. Because now that you know their tricks, you have the power to shut them down. So let's talk about how to build up that digital shield. You know, the funny thing is, the very thing that makes you vulnerable, your own humanity, is also your single greatest weapon. There's no code that can hack your gut feeling. There's no virus that can beat your common sense. Really, in this whole game, you are the best firewall.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. Here's your 5-point defense plan. First off, any email from someone you don't know, be suspicious. Second, your personal info is like digital gold. Don't just hand it out. 3, you've heard it a million times, but if an offer seems way too good to be true, it absolutely is. Period. 4, always verify who you're talking to before giving out anything. And number 5, make sure your anti-malware software is installed and always up to date. Think of it like your computer's immune system.
But you know, out of everything we've talked about, there is one single tool, one simple thing you can do that can stop these attackers cold. It's the digital version of a bank vault, and it protects you even if they manage to steal your password.
It's called multi-factor authentication, or MFA, and honestly, it's like putting a deadbolt on your digital door. Your password is the first lock, but the second lock is something only you have in that moment, like a special code that gets sent to your phone. So even if a hacker gets your password, they still can't get in without that code. Seriously, it's probably the single best thing you can do to protect yourself online. So go turn it on everything, right now.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. We've looked behind the curtain at this dark art of social engineering. We've gone through their playbook, we've seen their scams. But if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, please let it be this.
It's so simple. Trust your gut. That little alarm bell that goes off in your head, that feeling that something's just not right, that's your built-in lie detector. It is your most powerful defense. When that alarm goes off, listen to it. Just pause, think, and verify. Look, at the end of the day, there's no piece of software that can make you 100% safe. The best antivirus isn't something you download, it's something you run inside your own head. It's your awareness. But just like any software, it needs to be updated. So the real question is, are you keeping yours updated?